who don't recognize where we are this morning, welcome to our very cozy Studio B. All right, do you have a savings plan in place for your retirement years? Creating and maintaining a financial plan is the single biggest challenge facing Americans right now. Retirement is one thing, but what about the years after retirement, right? When assisted living and other health issues may enter the picture. How do we financially prepare for life's what-ifs? Joining us once again this morning with his very helpful expertise is Chris Grady, Executive Vice President of Athene Annuity and Life Assurance. Hey, Chris, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back.
Always good to see you this morning. So what exactly do you mean by life's little what-ifs?
Yeah, so the what-ifs come into play these days with retirement because we're living way longer than we used to. In previous generations, a person would retire in their 60s and not live very much longer. Today, we live 80, 85, 90, 95 years old. So you have this length of time to be exposed to economic changes. That's a big what if. What about healthcare changes and living through healthcare problems? What about things that, you know, all of a sudden you want to take in a son or a daughter or a parent? You're taking care of a parent. That's expensive. And these different what ifs, we need to plan for them, and they need to be part of our retirement planning.
Interesting you say that, because I never really thought about it that way, because it sounds like a pretty tall order. And so how do you then plan? So you know we've got to get ready for these what ifs, but how do we plan for these what ifs?
Right. So there's, let's call it the steady Eddie kind of retirement stuff, Social Security. There's the, if you're lucky enough to have a good pension plan at work, that's a steady Eddie. But both of those together will not cover A, what you want in your retirement, and B, what you're going to need for these what ifs. So we strongly suggest that people look at annuities to solve the gaps and to prepare for the what ifs that come in their lives.
You know, I know there are a lot of people out there watching right now who are saying, okay, I'm on board with you, but what kinds of plans should we be looking for to help us when we are past retirement?
Right. So there's a big shift when you're accumulating money for retirement. You think of a pot of money kind of growing. Then at retirement or past retirement, you want to change it into lifetime income. And that's what's critical. And again, annuities have this unique feature that can protect you for the what ifs, healthcare issues, God forbid somebody die early, there's a death benefit. The other key is it turns into lifetime income you cannot outlive.
Here's the thing I want to touch on, and it's been in the news an awful lot lately. What about Social Security, Chris? Should people rely on it?
I believe that people can rely on it. I believe that the government program, specifically Social Security, Medicare, will be there for us. However, it's not the need that we have. So again, I come back to my example of a person making $50,000 a year. When they go to retire, Social Security will give them $20,000 a year. I'm good with that being guaranteed and there for my whole life. But that's a $30,000 gap.
So how do you make up the rest,
How do you make up the rest? And that's where either 401ks or retirement plans like IRAs and annuities come into play.
I have to tell you, always such great information, Chris. Thanks again for stopping by and sharing.
You're
I
welcome,
think we're past the handshaking stage. We're all friends now, right?
Yes, we are.
Looking forward to seeing you again on the show.
Great, Danielle.
And to learn more about retirement income planning, simply go to the website AtheneAnnuity.com and be sure to click into the consumer education section as well. Lots of great information there.